Hey, it's Clay, CPAP My Way, CPAPmyway.com. Today I am here to go over memory foam CPAP masks. There are two particular types that are made by ResMed. You've got the AirTouch N20 nasal, the AirTouch F20 full face. Both of them are directly relatable to fitting and sizing for the silicone version of the N20 and the F20. But they are dramatically different as far as their fit, performance, maintenance, and everything else. So that's why we're making the video. We want to discuss it with you guys, bring it to the front. It's a great option for a lot of people, not such a great option for others. And we're going to go over all of the reasons why they may or may not be for you. Don't forget to thumbs up, like it if you find the information helpful, subscribe if you want more info, comment with any questions or experiences that you may have had. I got links to all this in the description so you can review it in detail and even get it if you want it. In addition, I'm going to try on the full face version and go over that in detail. I think that's the most popular version of the memory foam masks. So that's the one I'm going to show you. I'm going to put on the silicone version as well as the memory foam version, and I'm going to increase the pressure until we get a leak from one or the other first, just to get a little bit of a performance review as well as, you know, just a general sound and fitting review so you can see how it goes. So let's jump right in. All right, so our deep dive is going to be on the F20 version of this AirTouch. It is also available in the AirFit, which is the silicone version. If you're looking at both of them here, let me just take that off so you can see it. They're pretty similar. You notice the silicone version has a little bit of a tighter fit around the bridge of the nose than the AirTouch does, obviously because the foam doesn't allow you to put that little slit in there. It would probably tear a little easier. But overall, they're a pretty similar sizing, and they are also a pretty similar fit. So let's start off with the pros of our memory foam version here. Number one, they're really comfortable. So they're super soft and silky. You'll notice even if you're just touching it with your hand, let alone on your face, it is really, really soft and doesn't have that tackiness or any of the abrasion that sometimes a silicone can have. Another thing about them is they're really good for like a short beard. At the end of this video, I'm going to link up two customer reviews, probably be a week or two after I get this video up. A guy with a beard using one of these, and my wife, who doesn't have a beard, using one as well, and just kind of giving you their feedback on the silicone versus memory foam. But for most of our feedback, people with short beards that may have a little bit of trouble sealing with the silicone masks do pretty well with the memory foam. It's also really good for those people that have silicone allergies. So if this silicone, or any silicone mask for that matter, causes you to break out or get irritation or rashes, these usually do a great job of reversing that, and it has really helped a lot of people that used to have to use all sorts of different liners and things like that. The other thing that people notice right off the bat is they don't have those lines on their face in the morning. When you take your silicone mask off, a lot of times, for the first hour or two, you get kind of those indentions. This really does a good job of dispersing the pressure a little bit more. The other thing most people tell us is that it seals pretty well, especially at like lower pressures. You can leave the mask pretty darn loose, and it does a good job of sealing without having to tighten too much. Now, there are some drawbacks. The first and foremost is they don't last very long. This silicone mask can last, some people get months out of it. This thing is probably only going to last you about 30 days, and that's just because this foam wears out a lot quicker, and it can additionally break down a little bit, and you can't maintain it quite as easily. The other thing about it is when it does go bad, it's bad. You can't really like continue tightening it like sometimes your silicone masks will allow you to do. When they start to wear out, sometimes you can just strap it down. That really doesn't work with this one. When this thing goes bad, you better have a backup ready. Another downside is that you can't wash them. I mean, not even like soap and water. The only thing they recommend as far as maintenance on these are genuine mask wipes, non-alcohol wipes. So if you're using alcohol wipes, that'll break this down as well. The other thing about maintenance is you can't use ozone or UV. You cannot put them inside of your automatic CPAP cleaners. You can put the frame and the headgear and all that, but this particular portion has to be wiped with a mask wipe. The other thing that people run into from time to time is a little bit of a separation between where the foam attaches to the silicone on this frame of the mask cushion. Every now and then that'll pull loose and cause leaks, and again, once that happens, this thing is done. They're also not cheap. These are a little bit more expensive than the silicone versions. So you have to keep that in mind as well. There's going to be a little bit higher cost of maintenance and of replacement. All right, so let's jump in on the actual performance part of this. We're going to hook it up with the machine. I'm going to wear it both in the silicone version and the memory foam version. We'll see which one holds up at the higher pressures and how they fit. One real nice thing about this is you don't have to make an investment in an entirely new mask if you're already using the silicone version. They fit the same frame, so you could just buy the cushion just to try out the memory foam version, see how it fits you without having to invest in an entirely new mask. All right, so we've got our handy dandy AirSense 11 here set at a fixed CPAP pressure of 10, which is kind of middle of the road. We're going to start there with both the memory foam and the silicone on me here. All right, so that was the memory foam. Really simple to swap it out to the silicone. Just give it a little tug, grab the other style, and it pops right in place. And they both fit the exact same way, you know, just bring it over. Didn't mean to do that. All right, so a very similar fit, very different feel. You definitely feel the tackiness of the silicone on you versus the memory foam. For whatever reason, this just feels lighter on your face. Just, I guess, the way it, I don't know, it just feels like it's gliding a little bit more. This definitely, you feel like you got some plastic on your face. And this was much less, I don't even know how to describe it. I guess it's like the difference of laying on a pillow versus plastic. I don't know. It definitely, it felt nicer on my skin for sure. But let's jack this thing up to 15 centimeters, see if we can't figure out which one's going to fail first on the seal. All right, so on the CPAP, I got it set at 15 centimeters now. I'm going to start with the silicone version this time because I feel like the silicone's going to have an easier time sealing. So I'm going to tighten it accordingly to get a good seal at 15, then swap to the memory foam to see if at the same level of tightness on the headgear, would it have an effective seal. So let's start with the silicone here. Alright, so I got a lot of leaks. Not so bad. It's hard to talk with 15 centimeters, but I'm sealed good. All right, so I had to tighten it up. You definitely heard some leaking there. That's another thing I'd like to point out is that when it leaks, when you get those cheek leaks with a silicone, you get that flatulent sound. It's just really not a nice sound. It doesn't give you that sound when it leaks off of this. It's usually just an air seeping noise, much quieter leaks. I don't know if that's a positive or negative as far as leaks being bad, obviously, but at least these leaks don't sound as bad. Let's swap it out. We'll see how it goes with the memory foam. I feel like if I'm betting, it's gonna have some trouble sealing at 15 centimeters. All right, got the foam seal on there now. Same tightness on the headgear. I'm gonna give it a shot. Feeling good.
no leaks.
Honestly, I'm a little surprised by that. I expected this to leak at a setting of 15, and it actually sealed really well once I got it adjusted right on my face. Had it kind of crimped there on the side a little bit. Once I pulled it away and gave it a chance to settle in good, it sealed perfectly fine at the exact same pressure, exact same tightness. So guess I'll run this thing on up to like an 18, see which one would fail first if either one of them would on my face. All right, we're gonna do it at 18 here. Silicone fit just fine even at 18 there. This particular mask does fit my face pretty well, so you know, everybody's different, but the F20 always does a good job for my facial features. All right, so admittedly, I'm surprised by that. I really felt like it would start leaking at 18 for sure, but they both fit with the same tightness on the headgear, same fit, at the same pressures, just fine. So fitting wise, I would say you're not gonna suffer any loss on the F20 AirTouch version versus the AirFit silicone version. That kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. This is the first time I've ever side-by-sided this. Just went ahead and did it on camera here so we could all learn together, but it is surprising. Keep in mind, I'm also going to link up a video. It'll take me a little bit to get it up, I'm sure, of my wife, Caitlin, and a buddy of mine with a beard doing both of these just to try to get you some different versions of somebody's experience, especially somebody sleeping. I don't sleep with one at night typically, so hopefully we'll get you that feedback soon. If you liked it, thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Comment with any experiences you've had below. We really love that. And if you have any input or questions, things I can expand on, throw it in there as well. Thanks for watching.